This is 1360 AM.
WNJC, Washington Township, Philadelphia. Philadelphia's Renaissance radio station. Brought to you from Forsyth Broadcasting. Or listen to us at WNJCradio.com.
Okay, everyone, it's time to put on your listening ears, thinking caps, and laughing shoes. It's time for the Doc and Amy Show with your sweethearts of the airwaves who agree to disagree sometimes. Take it away, Doc and Amy.
Feel blame?
No.
Feel rage?
Oh, yeah.
Are you mad?
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like Wooster Bob referendum? Get Fred.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What kind of crap?
Oh, there we go again. Thank you, Charles Manson, for that lovely intro. And thank you for listening. This is the Doc and Amy Show. You're with us again at 5 p.m. on Sundays. And we want to say welcome. We also want to let you know that you can follow us on the World Wide Web, www.thedocandamyshow.com. We are somewhere on Facebook, but I don't remember that. And you can also call us. Please call us at 856-227-1360. Because
you're so cool. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can hear me.
That was loud.
Oh, okay. We are here, WNJC 1360, hence the phone number. I got called down for that because I say 1360 because that's what's on your phone, but 1360, I guess, is the thing to say.
That's cool. That's a cool thing to say. Just
call
so
us,
you know.
227-1360. Okay, whatever. Thank you. Hello, Amy. How are you?
Hi. Good. Nice to see you. We haven't talked since last week.
Right, since last minute. We are Doc and Amy, the sweethearts of the airwaves.
We're so sweet.
Yes, we actually, what is it? Almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
Have not had a crossword in 6 years. That's all about to come to a screeching halt.
I know.
Hello, John. How are you?
Doing good. How about you guys?
We are.
Actually, it's doing well.
Yeah.
I mean, not to...
Anyway, I was with you right up to the end there, John. It was okay. John is our producer. He has now your show is on Monday mornings, correct?
Monday mornings from 10 to 11.
The Johnny Forsythe Sports Show. Yes, it's and I'm not even a sports guy. I love listening to it. I listen to it every week. Yeah,
appreciate it.
And
do you remember that song? Hey Johnny, he smiled and looked the other way. Do you remember that song?
No.
I think it was from Short Circuit. You remember that movie with Ali Sheedy and the
Johnny Five? Yeah.
Johnny Five?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't know that song?
I never
and I
heard
bet
it.
you didn't watch Airplane, did you?
I did not.
You know what?
We give you one thing to do, John.
I knew it when I was driving in today. I knew I
Oh,
forgot
you're like,
something.
oh man, look, he
I
can't
did.
even look at us. He's looking down.
Here's
I
the deal.
forgot something.
You don't have to watch it. You're just
no,
listening.
you
now.
have to watch
I do
it.
want to watch it. I'm gonna have to write something down.
You
I'm gonna
have
set
to.
an alarm.
It really is fun.
Something to remind
bring
me.
the movie. Come to our house. We're all going to sit down and watch Airplane.
No, the kids can't watch that.
We'll
There's
boot them
some-
out.
There's a couple little.
They've got their own room.
It really is.
I
funny,
like
though.
comedy movies too, so I don't know why I just.
It is definitely a comedy movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
And know what?
Ethel Merman's in it. You can't beat that.
It really is a lot funnier than most of the stuff that they make now. It really is. It's
Johnny,
really
do you like
funny.
movies about gladiators?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, enough of that. We're just chatting amongst ourselves. If you're sitting at home listening to the radio, just find something to do. We'll just chat amongst ourselves. Thank you.
Well, if they want us to chat to them, they need to call in at 227-1360.
1360. Okay.
1360.
That was so pathetic. Today we have quite a number of things to cover. So
we do.
And we will do, John, so that you can say you were warned. We will do our two people, one quote, and I'll be explaining how that works here in a little bit. Plus, we have our twit of the week. We have quite a few things lined up.
We do.
We were supposed to have a guest today that there was an unforeseen circumstance, so we're going to be unsupervised today.
We are.
Yes, so it's just us. But it could be just us and you if you would like to call in at
227-1360.
Hey, that's area code 856 for those of you who might be listening to us on the World Wide Web. So if you're like in, Bahrain or something and you want to call in, use the area code 856. I think the international code is 01.
It's 11 in front of the number
11.
typically.
Okay.
It depends, but
Yeah.
unless
There's a
you're calling
country
from
code.
Canada, in which case you don't need a country code. You can just dial the area code.
Right, you can just yell
For
at
all
the
our
border.
Canadian
Yes.
listeners.
Yes. All right. Now, you had something that you wanted to get out of the way up front.
Yeah, it's a new thing. Let me flippity flip. It is.
What's that, John? I don't know.
Flippity flip, flip, flip.
She's gone around the bend right here on public radio.
Well,
Not public radio, but
very recently, a new game was released, and everyone is probably familiar with it. It's called Grand Theft Auto.
where I come from, that's not a game. It's an occupation. Yeah.
It's a very popular video game, and I believe it was last week. It was officially named the best-selling video game of all time.
Oh, yeah, it's billions. It made
And
billions, yeah.
basically, it's about stealing cars and racing.
You think? Yeah.
Okay. So I've never played
That
it
would
myself.
be my guess.
I'm not into that. I prefer armed robbery,
The last video
things
game.
of that, espionage.
The last video game I played was, I think, Frogger when it came out on
I
that
love
cartridge thing.
Frogger.
But
And
what was-
River Raid.
What was that? What was that console? The black thing with
The
the
Nintendo 64.
No, before that. The
Sega?
Sega?
Is that it?
Sega? It might have been
Might
a
have been
Sega.
Sega.
Yeah. It was the first home video commercial.
Atari.
Atari? It might have
Yeah.
been. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last video game I
That,
played.
I liked Qbert and River Raid.
We were talking about Q*berts a little bit ago, weren't
So
we, John?
cute. How could
anyway.
you not love him? And Frogger was fun too.
Frogger, yes.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to run over a frog, that's
I mean, if you just have this need to abuse animals, but you don't really want to do it because it's not socially
you do it
acceptable,
digitally, yes.
then you just kill frogs on Frogger, like on purpose. It's fun. And I remember like the joysticks, there was actually joysticks and you had to like jam it up and sometimes it would stick so you had to jam it real hard.
So you had a bit to do.
Yeah, we were talking about
Sorry.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
And
I introduced a random thought there, and it got us
oh,
completely
forget
off.
about it. Yeah, I'm off to the races. So Grand Theft Auto is the best-selling video game of all time.
Yeah,
I've
we
never
guessed.
played it. Probably don't want to, but apparently this time they added some new content, so in the form of mini games, because they wanted to appeal to a bunch of different players
Like-
that they hadn't appealed to before.
Like games within the game, or just side ancillary games.
Basically, you can play the main game in most games in which you conquer certain levels and you can move up a level and you maybe get additional players or additional weapons or things of that nature. And then they have mini games. If you just want to play for a short time, you could play the mini games and they change each time.
I'd like
but they
a weapon
usually have
right now.
different themes. A lot of games have them. So they added some new mini games this time to appeal to a bunch of different audiences. So
okay.
the first one is basically a race to see who can get to Abercrombie and Fitch first to get the perfect outfit. And that is actually geared towards gay men. So they're trying to branch out and get some new audiences. And the next one is...
What about the Gap? Why when did you go there?
Gap's more mainstream now. It's not...
see.
Yeah, it's more mainstream.
The Bandana Republic or something.
Yeah. It's more about Abercrombie and
Yeah,
Fitch
I don't
now.
know. I get my
So-
I get my clothes at AutoZone. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. And then the next one is geared towards teenage girls. And the mini game is texting while driving.
Oh yes.
So basically, you have to text certain things while you're driving and see who can get there first. So
Alive, yeah.
that's great. I mean, it like encourages people to
I think
do that.
I
That's
think
really
I'm out in
lovely.
traffic every day, and I think I've seen people practicing for that.
Yeah, I think you're right. And the next one is to a whole other unique group, and it's the Jewish version. And you get to hear the music the whole time. It's awesome. I mean, I love that song. It's so...
Well, when it kicks off and
then
goes
it
into
kicks,
cut time, I can.
Havana, Gila. I mean, it's
Yeah.
party-like atmosphere. So then...
Like it's 1999.
yeah, so the Jewish
We're
version...
gonna party like it's 1999 AD.
So basically, the Jewish version is it's you, the driver, with your Jewish mom in the car, and you're rushing. First, you have to rush to the store to buy gefilte fish to take to your Uncle Ira's house.
Oh boy.
Okay, to a party. So and then, but the best part is you get to in the game you get to hear your Jewish mom making little sound
side-
snippets.
yeah,
okay,
okay.
so here we go.
GPS, get us to the location, please.
So that's the first one.
Does it has a heated seat? Is it decaf?
So does the car have a heated seat? It's talking to the GPS, and then
you see that sign back there, Mr. Magoo? Call me.
And then she's be in the back seat driver about the sign. So it has these little snippets
I think you're going back
throughout the whole thing. You know, and if you get to Uncle Ira's house with the gefilte fish intact, I mean, I've actually played this version, and if you crash the car, the gefilte fish like bounces around the car and explodes, and then you get covered in gefilte fish.
But the cool thing is that you have doctors and lawyers in the family.
Yeah, you do.
So.
That can come. Yeah, so that's the new Grand Theft Auto. And if you're interested in buying that game for those mini games,
please, yeah,
I would
contact us.
Check it out online to make sure the version that you're buying actually has those mini games, because there's a small chance they might not, because there's a very small chance that I might have just made that all up. So
it's rated M for maniacal. Okay. Well,
so I'm interested in playing those.
Out of courtesy, I will say thank you for that.
Oh, you're so welcome. Out of courtesy.
I have no idea what just happened, but thank you. That was.
It's called creativity.
Mm-hmm.
You had some,
I
you
wouldn't know about that. Yes. So, Chest, if you had one, you know.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said that.
Thank you. Okay. Well, so we have covered. I think we've insulted enough people.
It's all in good fun.
It is, yes. So, I really, I always look forward to this every week.
Boy.
Well, it's. I want to get
It's
in
very stressful.
just for you.
I just feel
because
pressured.
John's getting very good at this. Ladies and gentlemen,
He is.
what we do every week is a little game we call Two People, One Quote. And what happens is Amy digs up a quote out of the ether somewhere, and she reads the quote. She attributes it to two people.
Wow.
I'm sorry, my elocution is way off. She attributes it to two people, and John has to guess who is the author of the quote.
Mm-hmm.
It's been great fun. We are tied right now. It's a tie series. So we're going to see who today is going to pull ahead and become the reigning leader in Two People, One Quote. Are you up for this, John? You ready for this?
I'm ready to go.
You've studied this
Okay.
week, and you've been you've exhausted the internet looking
I've
for
read a lot
every
of,
quote you can.
a
lot of quotes.
strange quotes, and
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
I've been looking at cave paintings all week. All right. So
What?
I don't know. So here we go. Two
Okay.
people, one quote.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Quote number 1.
Okay.
Grown men were weeping. Hopefully it's because I didn't sound bad. Was that Justin Timberlake on serenading his wife at his wedding, or Hugh Jackman on singing at the premiere of Les Miserables? So again, the quote was, grown men were weeping. Hopefully it's because I didn't sound bad.
I'm going to say Justin Timberlake.
You were right.
That was that one. You know,
Yeah, it
almost
wasn't-
spoke
yeah.
for itself.
It
But that's
did.
okay. You know,
Yeah.
it could have gone either way. Okay,
Yeah.
so we are with John with one. Amy is waiting to come up with her point. We'll see if it happens now. Go
Oh,
ahead, Amy.
that was very positive of you. You didn't say I was a zero or a complete loser. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anyway, quote number 2.
I'm learning.
Okay, if you love two people at the same time, choose the second one, because if you really loved the first one, you wouldn't have fallen for the second. Was that Johnny Depp or Leanne Rimes?
Johnny Depp.
It was.
Ooh, Johnny.
Uh-oh.
Our Johnny pulls ahead 2-0. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh.
But Amy is still in the game. We do a series of 5, so anything could happen
I thought
here.
I'd trip you up on that one.
Well, you have it. Your chance is waiting. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. Quote number 3. When I see someone on a BlackBerry, I know that person is a billionaire because it's the guy who invented the BlackBerry. Was it Rob Hubel or Steve Jobs?
Can you say the quote in the people one more time?
When I see someone on a BlackBerry, I know that person is a billionaire because it's the guy who invented the BlackBerry. Rob Hubel or Steve Jobs?
I'm going to say Rob Hubel.
You were right.
Ooh,
That's it.
3-0. But
Ouch.
we're gonna play the game out
To see how bad I can lose.
Yeah, well, he could sweep it. That's going to be
Okay.
an extra little star for him. But I have a BlackBerry, not by choice, and I would throw it out the window if I could. So
Okay, there we go. Thank you so much. This one's funny.
okay,
Not to be a conspiracy theorist, but has anyone seen Chaz Bono and George Zimmerman in the same room? Was it Sarah Silverman or Jay Leno?
Jay Leno.
It was Sarah Silverman.
Oh, so Amy picks up a point right there.
Wow.
3-1, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the final
Final
two people, one quote.
Okay. My life has changed forever since I changed to a lowercase font. Was it Tina Fey or Amanda Bynes? So my life has changed forever ever since I changed to a lowercase font.
Tina Fey.
It was Amanda Bynes.
Oh,
I feel a little bit better
Now, that was very close.
Okay,
It's 3-2.
that's good. That's
Okay.
better.
But John has pulled ahead. John is
That
in the
is
lead.
okay. I'm just like, God, if he shuts me out, then
Well, he said he was working on that this week, so
Yeah.
he's exhausted the
I'll
internet.
tell you
looking at-
something. If anybody is bored, go to Sarah Silverman's Twitter account.
Oh, yes.
There's some funny stuff
She's
on
quite
there.
witty.
She's
yes.
very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really is. There's some just. I guess you have to get her because some of this stuff just seems like she's nuts, but I can see her saying it, and she's batty in the head, and I can see the
Batty
eyes
in the head.
bulging out, and
Well, she's not an unattractive woman.
she's very attractive.
but she can when she's in the groove, she can
She's very
go
funny.
completely
Yeah,
bizarre.
she's nuts.
Yeah.
And-
Judy Gould's another one. She's like 7 feet tall. So I don't know. I don't know if anyone, most guys might not find that attractive because she's like the size of the Empire State Building. But she is very funny.
Yeah, I was reading today. I couldn't even pick which quote. Like I couldn't even decide because there's so many funny quotes. Like she's very funny and very entertaining to read. Because sometimes the tweets you're just like,
Yeah.
it's a little bit boring. But I thought, who can I pull up that would be funny?
Well, you're limited. You got to get your point across in 140
140
words.
characters, so you have to
Characters
make it
or words?
characters. Wait, words? I think it's 140 characters on
Wow,
Twitter.
that's why.
Yeah, it's definitely characters, not
I,
words.
yeah, because the words are
Yeah,
so.
140 characters.
Well, see, I couldn't do that because I'm just way too windy to.
Yeah, you just never shut up.
Thank you, darling. All right, now, John, you are I'm guessing a big fan of the NFL.
Yeah, I do. I'm
You're a
I'm big
sports guy. You are,
sports
yes.
guy.
I've listened to your show, and it's like nonstop sports information. You and the ex-president are sitting there talking about nothing but
The
sports. And
ex-president.
George Bush is on his show.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
yeah. You don't listen,
HW or W? Wait,
John?
HW. Which Bush?
It's W Bush.
Big Bush
Is
or
it
the
W?
little
Yeah,
Bush?
it's W.
Hold that thought. We'll get to that later. Anyway, I ran across a story that was disturbing to me.
This is disturbing.
Personally about the NFL. You may have heard this. I'm just gonna go through some of the reported story for you. Believe it or not, the National Football League, whose teams generate some $9.5 billion in annual revenue, is considered by the IRS to be a nonprofit organization. That's due to an odd quirk in the tax code that Senator Tom Coburn, Republican from Oklahoma, aims to fix. So apparently, the NFL pays no taxes with $9.5 billion in revenue.
Now we know this story is a spoof because there's no possible way that a Republican could actually want a corporation to pay taxes. So we know that this is all made up.
No, this is a report. Anyway, he introduced a bill called the Pro Sports Act that would prohibit sports organizations with annual revenue of more than $10 million from enjoying the same tax-exempt status that trade associations and public interest groups enjoy. If you're making $10 million, I still think you should pay taxes.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't know. If passed, his
well,
bill,
it's $10 million in revenue. It doesn't mean they're making $10 million.
they're generating $10 million. Somewhere they could find some money to pay some taxes.
There may be some, I'm not trying to defend this, but there may be some large cities that have intramural sports organizations that could have $10 million in revenue from registration fees and things of that nature that should be included in this. I'm just saying, like, you don't know that.
I don't know anything. I'm just going to read my story.
Okay, I'm just giving my opinion. That's the whole point of this. So,
if passed, his bill would affect a variety of sports groups, such as golf's PGA Tour, again,
wow,
multi-billion-dollar
that's crazy.
thing, the National Hockey League, and tennis's ATP World Tour. According to Bloomberg Bloomberg Business Week. We can't even speak today. Interestingly, it wouldn't apply to Major League Baseball, which gave up its tax-exempt status in 2007, or to the NBA, which is a for-profit business, which they all should be.
Yeah.
So how do you... Now, John, I have to ask you, because you know way more about sports than I do. How do you feel about all of these multi-billion-dollar organizations not kicking in any tax money?
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
That's just
I do. I think it's ridiculous.
I feel better about
Yeah.
taking that point of view because you're a sports guy. You know all about this stuff.
The NFL, you said they make $9.5 billion.
9.5 with a B, billion.
It's rumored that in 5-10 years you're going to make up to $20 billion.
Really?
Yep.
That's
It's gonna
so
get doubled.
unfair. That's so wrong. Do you think this thing will get passed? Probably not.
I think I don't know.
There might be I might see a petition coming around on change.org because I'm a member of that. So if they'll start to petition for something to support this senator, and it has made a difference.
Well, now listen.
in-
Now
in
here's
some
the
cases.
other thing. The reason it kind of gets me, and here's another paragraph that kind of it nails down this point. The NFL has it good for many other reasons. Congress granted it an antitrust exemption in 1966 so the American Football League could merge with the NFL. And many of the league stadiums are funded with the help of taxpayers. This is big news. The Atlanta Falcons, I was listening to NPR.
Yep.
They did a thing on the Atlanta Falcons thing. They're planning a $1 billion stadium, which will get $200 million in public funding.
That's crazy.
But they're not paying any taxes.
But they're going to say that it's going to bring in revenue and help create jobs.
Okay, yeah, right there. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
For the vendors and the, whatever. Is there something happening over there?
Yeah, we have a guest calling, or we have a caller calling in named Billy. So
Billy.
Cool.
Billy in.
Well, Billy, speak to us. How are you?
Hello?
Hello, Billy.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, we're doing fine. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Listening to your radio station, came across it, and I heard you talking about the new game that came out.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
the Grand Theft Auto?
Yes. You're anxious to buy that, I guess.
Yeah. You also said something about being mindless people or something like that.
That wasn't me. I'm backing away from the microphone right now.
No, what do you mean about playing Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, well, games in general.
Ooh,
Oh,
maybe
did
I did. I know, maybe.
Did I say that?
I don't know. I thought maybe that's what somebody had
Who
said.
are you going to blame this on? We'll know who has to leave the studio right now.
That was probably Doc
Yeah.
referring
Oh, okay.
to. No, I think playing video games is great. Probably if one of us said that, what we're referring to is people who play it for 18 hours a day and forget that reality exists.
Yeah, that could be it. Yes. Well, we didn't mean to. Yeah, we didn't mean to put anybody in a category there. Now, are you a Grand Theft Auto aficionado?
Oh, actually, yeah, it's a pretty good game. I bought it for my son,
And he's never
you
seen
know,
it.
it's just one of those games that it's not reality. My son's old enough to realize it's just a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think that's what's important is, if you have little kids playing it, that's one thing. But once they reach a certain age, I think kids understand what's reality and what isn't.
Until you reach my age, and then you forget.
So do you have the new version of Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah, I just bought it about 3-4 days ago.
So you know that I completely made up the mini games then.
The what game?
The mini games that I was talking about, the Jewish version, the teenage girls.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I completely made that up. So
He's actually
okay.
he's calling on his cell phone. He's on his way to the mall right now to try to find it.
Yeah, I like to take popular topics and then kind of put a little twist on them and make things up. So
Well,
I
you're
just
not supposed to let the cat out of the bag.
I think he knows. He's played the game. So
I want to see how many people actually start bugging the people who manufacture Grand Theft Auto to get that face version.
Yeah, we definitely mix it up a bit, but there's a reason why it's the best-selling game because it's probably pretty cool to play.
I have now, Billy. How proficient are you at this game? I've never played it myself. As you heard, I don't play.
This is the 5th game out in the series. And
Right.
We've been playing it for some years now, and this game is above and beyond the other ones. If you haven't played the game, I recommend you rent the game and try it yourself.
Well, I think it would be kind of a letdown for me because, I go out and steal real cars, and I just don't know that I get the same rush out of the at home version right in the living room there.
So I assume like the graphics are really good.
Very.
Awesome. And what about music? Is there good music?
You can actually create your own mixtape, and it has a bunch.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty up to date with all types of stuff.
Oh wow,
very cool.
So you could go. What is that movie, Eastbound and Down, or something like that? Throw that in there, and maybe some of the like the driving road music kind of
Or
stuff.
you could put like the
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz on, or
Get out.
just to
Just
really
get out.
mess
Just
it
get out
up.
right now.
I don't know if they have that, but they do have a wide variety of different music on there.
Yeah,
Create
get that Meatloaf
mixtape
song.
But I just wanted to touch base with you and see if you were actually gamers yourself, or if it was something that you really were just talking about from reading.
No, I was just, what I try to do is just look at the news and see what's popular and talk about it and put a spin on it to kind of, talk about some popular topics. Now, Doc and I don't game. My kids do like it. They just have
yes.
a Wii, though, and I don't think they have Grand Theft Auto
But
for
what
Wii.
what they have is the controller devices that at some point will have to be surgically removed from their hands.
No, they're more into like they have the Disney Infinity, like with the little power thing that you put and then the other one I can't think of the name now with the other animals. I forget what it's called.
The SI pole dancing topless version.
Yeah, okay, right. No, but they're more into that, and then they like Portal, the PC game. They're a little younger though, so I don't think they're ready for Grand Theft Auto, and I highly doubt they sell it for the Wii. So,
No, I'm not sure they do or not. But it was good talking to you. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for calling in.
And I'm going to listen to you. Get back on the radio.
Awesome.
Well,
Sounds great.
as long as you can take it, Billy, we'll be here. Thanks a lot, Billy.
Thanks for calling in.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well,
Cool.
that was refreshing.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're starting to really reach and affect people with
Yeah, I'm
your
glad he
made-up
didn't look for
stories.
the mini games with the Jewish mother, though. I would have felt bad.
I think we should, hire somebody that can code and make one up ourselves.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think we've pretty much bled the NFL story to death. It's just a shame that much money is generated, and with all the tax money that's being spent, we can't recoup any of it from the folks that are really making it. So.
I just think it's odd that no one has, brought this story up prior to now. I mean, that's craziness.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's
They're raising taxes on ordinary taxpayers. They're making a very meager amount of money trying to support their families.
With that in mind, I would like to bring up a story about a congressman.
Okay.
Phil Gingrey of Georgia. He is completely fed up with the fact that congresspersons make a measly $174,000 a year.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Yes, he was complaining about it Wednesday. And it caught on like wildfire. It was and what he's his quote was that the age may be 33-year-old his congressional age, which is a good stepping stone position, obviously. Right. And his comment was that AIDS may be 33 years old now and not making a lot of money. But in a few years, they can just go to K Street and make $500,000 a year. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here making $172,000 a year.
So
and he doesn't even know how much he makes. He shorted himself $2,000 in that comment. By the way, the median household income in Georgia, where Gingrey is from, is $49,000 and change a year. So
maybe we should send him a fruit basket.
Yeah,
help him feel better.
Yeah, maybe start some kind of a a fundraiser.
Yeah,
so that he can get by on his $174K.
That's a shame. I feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
Well, that was a closed door meeting. He did not say this to the media. Just to be clear.
I understand that. But
he got snagged on this.
There's no such thing as a closed door meeting when you open your mouth in Washington.
But he didn't mean for this to get out. He was saying this where he thought nobody could hear.
Well, and it said that his comments were first reported by the National Review, and they incensed some of the GOP aides in the room. And he made his comments during a discussion about Obamacare, the Obamacare rule requiring congressional staffers to buy their health insurance in the exchange markets that are being created. And they really don't want to. Well, guess what? No one does. So anyway, now the lead-in. That's kind of a lead-in.
Okay.
Because the Census Bureau releases what we call a poverty report. And earlier this week, they came up with some statistics for us. And what they decided was that the median annual household income in the U.S. in 2012 was $51,017, less than the 2011 median of $51,100. And basically, it was still short of the median $56,080 from 1999.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, now
Wow.
check this out. Right before the recession of the early 90s, in 1989, doing an inflation-adjusted mathematical
Okay,
calculation.
so it's inflation adjusted.
Well, it's still
Okay.
it's a dollar buys a dollar worth of stuff. You know, the median income was $51,681 in 1989.
Wow.
So,
it's pretty scary.
We can see where we're headed, kind of.
But the NFL's making lots of money.
They make their $9.5 billion and go home tax-free.
Wow.
So, you know, we complain a lot. The government's just out of control. But here's a cool thing from the government. No,
Okay.
wait. Now, let me get through this. Now, I know you got some things here. I laughed at this. I found this very intriguing, John, because the government, you expect them to be right on top of technology, and they have a lot of things they're, secret things they're in charge of, and they do a lot of this and that. Air Force Colonel Karen Mayberry recently told a judge that she ordered her team of lawyers to stop sending sensitive documents via the Pentagon's computer network because she knew for a fact that it had been compromised. What she advised her staff to do was to go to assorted coffee shops and hotels, basically Starbucks, and use their Wi-Fi because it gave them a better chance at proper security than the Pentagon's own computers.
Are you kidding me?
No, it's right there. See, there's a picture and everything.
Oh, my
See,
gosh.
that's a Starbucks thing right there, John.
So, but does it say why she thought it was compromised?
She said it's not speculative or hypothetical. She says it happened. There was a compromised situation where she knew that it had been compromised. The Pentagon network, not secure. So there you go.
Wow. So do you
So
think,
we have more Edward Snowdens waiting in the wings. to
So
take
do you
advantage
think
of that.
maybe she's just got a Starbucks issue? Like maybe
she's just plugging
addicted?
Starbucks? Yeah, she's probably got some stock in Starbucks.
And that's why she's doing that?
I think
Or maybe she has a secret lover that she's meeting there?
I think she is just bringing to light the fact that the Pentagon's computer is full of holes, is what she's doing.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So,
And they're collecting all of our personal information from the internet and phone calls and collecting that.
Mm-hmm.
So now their computer systems have
Well, that's the
holes in them,
CIA
and then
and
I
the-
have to worry about.
excuse me.
We don't know what they're sharing though. That's kind of scary.
The big part of the PRISM program that you're talking about is the CIA and the NSA. The Pentagon is kind of on the outer fringe of that. All they have is the nuclear secrets and things like that.
Oh,
They're-
okay. I feel better now.
Not
Okay,
our
good.
personal information.
Cool, that's good.
All of those weapons of mass destruction,
Awesome.
blueprints, and
As long
things
as
like
my
that.
credit card's secure.
Yes,
If
yes.
there's a
don't want them getting into my
nuclear fallout, then I can still use my credit card. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Don't
to
want
me.
them to
So-
get into my debit account information because I'm counting on that $17.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so I feel better now. Thanks.
All right, your turn.
Okay.
I'll let you take over this
Well,
frivolity.
Times are changing.
Yes,
and
they
a lot
are.
of the stories
It's
that
5:34 right now.
that you talked about today just shows that things have really changed over the years.
Absolutely.
And schools have realized that things have changed, and they want to kind of revamp the education system
About time.
and how the kids are learning and what they're learning. So they decided a good first step would be to rewrite the ABC song.
Yes.
Okay, so there is now a new ABC song
And
that
this-
the schools are teaching.
That's good because a lot of universities with football teams are stressing education a lot more now, and they won't give their players a team letter until they can identify it.
Yeah, okay. That's really great and probably true. So, this is the new ABC song that we all grew up singing, and maybe some of us still do. This is our new 21st century ABC song.
Your new.
This is our.
You did this without my help whatsoever.
Okay,
So this
our
is,
meaning
this,
the world. I share this with
I
the
see.
English-speaking world.
This is for you, world.
Okay, kumbaya. Here we go. Okay. XOXO BRB LMAO BFFNP LOL CYA WTF OMG. Now I know my QWERTY. Next time, won't you text with me? That is our new.
Amazing. So now we have a way to teach the text speak to
Yes.
the children who are going to be totally.
Yeah, I might
illiterate.
have a little concern with the LMAO because we all know what the A stands for, and the CYA and the WTF. I don't know if that's really school appropriate, but you know.
The WTF, that's the governmental body that comes by and confiscates your firearms.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's just that's what they say to themselves when they're really having a hard time finding them.
Yeah, so that's our new ABC song. So look forward to your kids coming home and singing that instead of A, B, C, D, F, G.
Well, I'm glad you took it upon yourself to do that because my singing voice is less than.
That wasn't quite in my singing range, so I had to kind of take it down a notch. But you got to do what you got to do for the better good of society.
Right. Thanks. Well, now you're a very popular baritone. Thank you.
Okay. Wow.
I did want to now. We mentioned last week that I went to Wilmington.
You did,
and did some stand-up.
Well, I went with you too.
We both went, and we
did.
We sang that song in the car all the way there. Did some stand-up, and it was a delightful time. And our friend of the show, Belinda Clear, who has performed in shows with me, and I went and performed with her. They are doing the October 12th at 9 p.m. at Extreme Pizza in Wilmington, Delaware. Nice place, great pizza.
Mm-hmm. It was very good.
Doing the Breast Cancer Awareness Extreme Comedy Show. And we wanted to let people know about that. Now, this is in Wilmington at 2nd and Market Streets. Very, very good pizza. You can't say enough about that.
Yeah.
And they have their headliner is Hadiah Robinson. It's been all over television. Jamar John Johnson, who's appeared on Katie Couric's show. Sherry Short from Delaware is listed here as quite the sweetheart. We'll have to go and see about that. And also Beth Kaufman, who is a breast cancer survivor and well-known author. So this is a very good way to go out and support a cause and to see some very gifted comics and have a good time. So that it will be at 201 North Market Street, October 12th at 9 p.m. You can get tickets in advance for $10. You can. They're $12 at the door. Still a good deal. So if you'd like some more information on that, you can call. This is I think this is Extreme Pizza's phone number, 302-384-8012. Or you can contact us through our Contact Us page on www.thedocanamyshow.com, and we'll make sure we get information to you. And if you have any thing to cover right now, you can call us at 856-227-1360 here on WNJC 1360 Radio, and we would be happy to talk to you.
There we go.
So, I wanted to kind of work that in there for Belinda.
Cool.
And
can I do my tweet of the week?
We have, yes. It's another running thing we do here. We have running things. I don't know if that doesn't sound very good.
It depends on what things are running.
Yes, I guess. The tweet of the week. So
tweet of the week.
Amy
Okay.
will take off
so
with this.
here is the tweet. It's by Stephen Coletti, who I think is a comedian. And judging by this tweet. He is. So here we are.
At least in this instance, he's
Yeah, he
comedian,
is.
yes.
Okay.
All right.
Sign of the apocalypse. For the second time in a week, I've heard someone saying twerking instead of tweaking. One of them being my mom.
Oh, ooh,
So
that's
apparently,
creepy.
yeah. So apparently, I thought that was funny. Apparently, twerking is catching on.
Twerk, twerk. Watch me now. Okay.
What?
That's an old song. It's
It says twerk in it?
no, it's work.
Oh, hey, work, work.
That's the one.
No, baby, work. What? There was a movie. It was in. It was in Dirty Dancing.
Why do I even open my mouth,
Dirty
John?
Dancing.
We
It
go
was in.
completely off.
Did you ever watch
far
that
afield.
movie, Dirty Dancing?
I don't like the title. It sounded.
It's not
be
very
embarrassed.
dirty. It's not dirty at all.
It says it's dirty right in the title.
It's not dirty. It was in the 50s.
What?
So it was dirty for the 50s. It was set in the 50s. It's not that dirty. It's really not.
Well, I'm
bad.
sure they'll fix it.
I mean, I wouldn't let little kids watch it because they were kind of, the bodies were rubbing against each other and stuff, but it's not like pole dancing or anything. Anyway.
I give up, John. So I was going to just now, John, do you like movies about I don't know. We haven't really discussed a whole lot about our backgrounds and personal lives, and so I'm not going to I'm not addressing this to anyone. This story reminded me of something that happened to me in the Navy. We had the job, like four of us, of emptying the Methodist church, taking all the stuff out, taking the Catholic church's stuff and putting it in that building, and then taking the Methodist church's stuff and putting it in the former Catholic church on base.
Okay.
Don't know why. I don't. The light was better. I
So
don't know.
it's kind of like a wife swap, but with churches.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it was based on some information by the Pew Research Foundation. Anyway,
Gosh.
no, we had to do that. And one of the things, and now I am not Catholic, okay? That's as far as I'm going to narrow it down. But one of the things, when we got finished, we're setting everything up, and all the statues are in place, and all the good stuff, and putting everything away, the lieutenant commander, who was the Catholic priest, looked at me. He kicks a mop bucket over toward me and points to the deep sink and says, "Get me some holy water." This mop bucket still had floor dirt and strands from the mop and stuff in it. So I go and I fill it up and I bring it. He says, "Bring it here," and he goes, and it's holy water. Okay. So we got a mop bucket full of holy water that I have to dump in this receptacle. I'll remember what it's called in a minute. The font, and now it's holy water. Have you ever seen that happen? You heard about? Did you know that's where holy water comes from?
Never knew that.
The mop bucket. What?
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you do if you just have like a Swiffer and you don't have a mop bucket?
I guess you have to go to the water fountain, get a mouthful of water, go spit it in the thing, make several trips.
Yeah, okay.
And as long as he waves his hand over it, it's holy water.
Yeah, that's all they do is bless it. Yes, that's
Yes.
correct. Yep.
So, I happened onto this story today, John, about holy water. Mm-hmm. Turns out that holy water is very impure. And I'm going to try to go through this research. And what was found out, actually, was that every milliliter of holy water contains up to 62 million bacteria.
Ugh.
Most of them not stuff you really want on your hands or in your gut. Now, you dip your hands in the holy water and you splash it on you and stuff.
You don't really technically, you make the cross.
But you know, forehead, shoulders,
Yeah.
and chest. Yeah.
Yeah. Chest and then each shoulder. So you don't splash it on yourself.
I was general.
It's not like Flashdance or anything.
I try to
Pull the string.
I communicate in sweeping generalizations. Okay, you should be used to that by now. So, 86% of the water tested contained fecal matter. It was also widely contaminated with E. coli, Enterococci, Campylobacter, a common cause of inflammatory diarrhea.
Tell me more.
Yeah. Only 14% of the holy springs that people go to and drink from met the microbiological and chemical requirements of drinking water regulations.
Wow.
Many of them tested positive for nitrites from agriculture, which are unsafe for drinking. At the very least, the researchers urge people should be warned about drinking from these sources. And even the seemingly innocuous practice of blessing yourself with the holy water from the font as you enter the church can be hazardous to your health.
Well, because if you get it on your hands and you rub your eyes or you sneeze or...
Well, isn't there something in the Bible about washing your hands after you go to the bathroom? Isn't it like the 11th commandment or something? Thou shalt wash?
Other people don't do that. So when they stick their hands in it, they infect the whole thing, and then you put it on you, and you don't wash your hands.
That's my whole point.
Unless you can use the holy water, and they put little bottles of Purell in the pews.
How about holy Purell?
Holy Purell.
Yeah. There you go. You can disinfect your forehead, each shoulder, and your chest.
Holy Purell.
That was a public service. I'm just telling people. I know there are probably a couple of Catholics in this state. Definitely, put some salt in there or something to try to not get infected.
Salt in what?
Salt in there kind of helps.
It does?
A little, yeah.
Oh. Why would they just dump bottled water in there? I mean, that would help at least a little bit. You can't help what germs people are bringing in, but at least it would be clean water that they put in there.
You make a good point. All I know is the mop bucket story. That's as close as I've ever been to holy water.
Ugh.
So I see you clutching your paper with
I'm always clutching
anticipation.
my paper.
Yes. What do you have over there for us?
Well, I have 2 stories. One is new product. We have a new product.
Oh, we gotta love new products.
Besides the Grand Theft Auto one that I talked about, but everyone or a lot of people are probably familiar with the Duggars.
Okay.
The Duggar family. I think they are Catholic, but they are an offshoot, a specific...
I thought they were like Amish or something.
No, they are not Amish. The Duggars are Catholic, but it is an offshoot of...
An offshoot.
Yeah.
A franchise operation.
Oh, no. It says they're independent Baptists. My apologies.
Because they can't fit in the church. There are like 100 of them.
I thought they had said that they were an offshoot of some type of Catholic. So, okay, but whatever. The Duggars do not believe. They believe that they should put procreation in the hands of God, so that basically they should not take any steps to limit how many children they have. I'm trying to be family appropriate here.
You put procreation in the hands
of God.
It's pretty much taken care of.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And they should not take any steps to limit the amount of children they had. And because of that, they have had 19 children, and they also have a television show. So they are very devout. 19 kids.
That's one thing I have to say about old Mrs. Duggar there, that portal she's got should have a TSA agent standing outside it. More people have passed through there than subway turnstile.
Oh my
19?
God! If that were my show, it would be like 19 and institutionalized, and they'd have me in the institution with my 19 kids coming to visit me, because I am around kids constantly.
Could she even ride a bike?
I don't know, but my God, that's just insanity. Absolutely insane. That's so wrong. So anyway, they are very devout, and they raise their kids to be devout, and they are also very strict about courting.
There's strict and there's maniacal.
They're maniacal about courting, in my personal opinion. No offense to anyone who agrees with them. So their third eldest daughter, with their third eldest child, Jessa, she's 20 years old
and has 42 children.
So basically, she met a boy at church who she wanted to begin courting. So he asked their permission, and they agreed, and they set limitations, and basically they are...
Can I stand across the street and look at your daughter?
They are allowed to text one another, but they have to include their parents in on the text.
Oh, jeez.
And they are allowed to side hug, so the front of their bodies cannot touch each other.
What fun is that?
It's no fun. That's the whole point.
She's 20?
She's 20 years old. And if they eventually are allowed to go out on dates, they have to be supervised.
We have to adopt this girl so she can have a life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit, I mean, they seem like a nice family and everything.
They're weirdos.
But I understand, I understand.
They're insane.
A teenage girl, I think at some point, once your child becomes an adult, you need to trust them. If you're so devout and you're so connected as a family, and you have so much faith in God, hear me out, and you have so much faith in God, you need to have a little faith in your family and your way you raise them, and give your kids a chance to go out on their own and do the right thing, and not have to be supervised. That's my opinion.
How can a woman with 19 kids promote just the side hug?
Because they don't even believe in kissing until they're married. Their first kiss will be on their wedding day. That's what they believe. I know. But that is not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is the fact that now Jessa is courting. The parents are included in on the text. If things go well and they approve of it, then they can take it to the next step and maybe go out on a supervised date or, take it to the next level. So
the next level.
They can look at each other in the eye or something. So, the Duggars were interviewed about this, and about Jessa courting and everything. And they were, kind of reminiscing about their older son, Joshua, who also went through with the same type of thing.
Now
even though he was a boy.
These loons have a TV show?
Yes.
Okay.
He's a boy, and they required the same thing. They had to approve of the girl, be included on the text. Him and his current wife, they waited until their wedding day to have their first kiss. Well, the Duggars, they feel it's important to stay involved with their kids, throughout the whole process of the couple getting initiated. So the Duggars decided that on the final initiation, which was their wedding night, that they thought it would be a good idea to hide under the bed and to be there to make sure their kids did the right thing. And so...
and with 19 kids, I think the right thing is probably something she knows all about.
Yeah, so they, they really take it to the next level in this whole courtship thing. So they make sure that they know, their kids are heading down the right path.
Yes. Okay. Well... On a lighter note, I don't know. There's a guy right here in New Jersey who had been, to this point, a judge.
Okay.
His name is Vince A. Sicari, and I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. The ethics panel of the state of New Jersey. Now, this guy's a judge, and it was doing stand-up comedy on the side. Okay. And this has been an ongoing story. And finally, the ethics committee for the judiciary in the state of New Jersey told him he couldn't do that anymore because, in their words, it would demean the judiciary by doing stand-up comedy.
What?
Yes. So he was forced to stop being a judge.
Oh, wow. Yes. So he stepped down to be a judge.
He stepped down to do comedy.
Wow.
Because it makes him more money.
Oh, we need to try to get him on the show.
Yeah, that'll work.
Why not?
He's got a couple ABC gigs and stuff like that. He's not going to come on this piece of crap.
Way to be proud of your product.
I have a positive mental attitude. I'm positive that he's not coming on this show.
Oh, stop.
So anyway, a couple of very quick notes, things that I found. I'm just going to eat up all the stuff that I had conjured today.
Okay, and I have one more thing we could possibly do too.
No, I don't think so. The Sir Richard Branson, who owns Virgin Airlines, has the Virgin Galactic program, which is basically taking paid participants who fork out a lot of money up into the Earth's atmosphere, making them tourist astronauts.
That guy's got some cash.
Oh yeah, the guy's just filthy loaded,
and he's a nice guy. I've seen him interview. He seems like a really cool guy.
And he's a virgin. They invite now Ashton Kutcher, Mila Kunis, Justin Bieber, Leonardo DiCaprio, Russell Brand. They're all looking forward to making this flight. They invited William Shatner because he's Captain Kirk to do this groundbreaking, civilian astronaut thing, and he doesn't want to do it because he's afraid of flying.
That's just between that.
The
Star Trek thing and the Priceline thing. That's just that's crazy.
But it's just ruined my whole day. Captain Kirk is afraid of airline travel.
The best part is that in his last commercial for Priceline, they killed him off, and he was like a bus. He was in a bus, I guess. It wasn't an airplane, and he fell off a cliff or something. I was thinking it was in an airplane. I was trying to make a funny point, but it didn't really work.
Well, and see, that's a bus.
But he was. I guess that's why
buses shouldn't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
too funny.
That never turns out well. And I'm going to forget this one. What do you got?
Well, I have a new product here.
Oh, excellent.
And I'm going. This is like a little press release for this product. So I'm going to read this. So here we go. Are your hands, boobs, and inner thighs raw, calloused, and maybe even covered with blisters and pus-filled nodules from dancing on the pole all night? From the makers of Dr. Scholl's comes Dr. Poles, a new line of totally customizable body cushions. Not only will they protect you from the hard, unforgiving pole, but they are also very absorbent and contain an anti-odor control agent patented with a joint effort between Ron Jeremy and Anthony Weiner. Dr. Poles will have you saying, bow chicka wow wow.
Bow chicka wow. You gotta, and who doesn't like that?
So for all the pole dancers out there,
we support you.
We support you.
Yes,
for all your blisters and pus-filled nodules on different private parts of your body and those tough calluses, you don't have to put up with that anymore.
Yeah. Well, when I was running a clinic in the Navy, I was an independent duty clinician, and I really didn't want to come home and talk about any of that stuff. And I'd come home and I'd be asked, how was your day today? And I would just say, I never saw so much pus, and it would be over. I wouldn't have to talk about it. I don't know what this is. ShopRite spring water in this bottle here. It tastes like holy water.
It does?
Mm-hmm. I can taste the E. coli right there.
Yeah,
and I have a product as well that I'd like to promote.
Oh, okay.
This is something of my own design.
Oh.
For those ladies who have a very challenging bikini line area to maintain, if your hirsute, or around your suit, or whatever. I have developed something to trim that area up that's will tackle that problem. It's called the Flowbee GYN. Does a great job.
That is so messed up.
Yes, I know. Well, that's what I'm known for.
Remember the Flowbee? I guess you do.
That was a great question.
I just want to make sure everybody makes the connection.
The Flowbee, yes.
The Flowbee.
Yeah, the thing that with on the shop vac hose.
Yeah, exactly.
Suck the hair straight out of your head. Chop it right off. Yeah, the Flowbee GYN. Look for it.
Wow.
I believe if Ron Popeil comes back from the dead, that's the first thing he's going to do.
Probably.
Yes.
Wow.
So we did talk about Belinda. Now next week, we had we had an unfortunate incident. Our guest was unable to make it. So next week we are, and I wish we had time. We could play a little selection here for you, but you're going to have to wait, and you will be able to hear it next week. Nicole Reynolds will be with us. She's been all over the world performing, and she has a very unique and compelling voice.
I love it. So cool.
Yes, and
so excited.
She's a tiny person.
Yes,
and we'll be having her here to perform and chat and so forth. And I'm so looking forward.
Me too. I'm really excited. She's very talented.
Yeah, we played a bit of one of her songs last week.
We did.
So if you were listening, then that's you were able to.
She just has the coolest voice ever.
Does, yes.
I love her voice.
Yes, it's like I said.
I mean, she could be singing about going to the bathroom or something, and it would still be like, put a smile on your face.
If she's listening right now, she's
or like
furiously
kicking
writing
puppies or whatever, and you'd be like, "Oh, that's so sweet. That's so cute." Like if you're in a bad mood, just put her on; it'll make you happy. So.
Okay.
I just love her voice. It's very uplifting.
It's
very cool.
It is. So
I'm excited.
please look forward to that. Join us again next week at 5 o'clock on Sunday. You can, in the meantime, check us out on the World Wide Web at www.thedocanamyshow.com. We will have this show archived tomorrow.
And thank you, Billy, for calling.
Thanks,
that was
Billy.
very
It was
cool.
a pleasure
We
to talk to you.
appreciate that.
Thank you for enjoy your Grand Theft Auto.
Yes.
All our shows are always archived on our website. You can go right on there and listen to our past broadcasts. You can listen to us streaming next week if your radio breaks down on WNJCradio.com. Live streaming signal. Please enjoy that. You can always call us at